What's up guys, this is Lord Aizen, welcome back to Anime Central. In this video, I will go over the multipliers for all the main transformations that a Saiyan has achieved throughout the Dragon Ball series. Some of these forms are exclusive to Saiyans only, while others can theoretically be achieved by anyone via hard training. Also, please keep in mind that even though a certain form can have a higher multiplier than another one, what ultimately gives the user the higher power level is actually the base power. That is why Broly's wrathful form, which is a much lower multiplier than Super Saiyan God does, made Broly stronger than both Goku and Vegeta. With all that being said, let's now begin. I am going to start off the list with Kaioken. This one is very straightforward, as it gives the user a boost of anywhere between 2 and 20 times base level, and it can be stacked on top of other transformations as well. So far, for some unknown reasons, only Goku has used this technique. Just imagine how cool would have been to see Piccolo or Gohan using it. Or how about Super Saiyan God Vegeta or Super Saiyan Rosa Goku Black. Next it's the Grade 8 form and Wrathful, the latter which is currently exclusive to Broly only. They both have the same base multipliers, which is 10x, the only difference is that Wrathful form harnesses the power of the Grade 8, without the need of turning into a giant monkey. Next is the False Super Saiyan transformation, which is seen only during the Lord Slug movie. This form gives Goku a 25 times base form power boost. Next are the 3 transformations for which we have official multipliers. Super Saiyan, which is 50 times base power, Super Saiyan 2, which is 2 times Super Saiyan, or 100 times base, and lastly, Super Saiyan 3, which is 4 times Super Saiyan 2, or 400 times base form. In between Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2, there are 2 more subforms, Ascended Super Saiyan and Ultra Super Saiyan. The first one has around a 70 times base form power increase, and the second one has around a 80 times base form power boost. Also, the Mastered Super Saiyan forms don't give any more boosts in power when compared to the regular forms, but rather allow the users to have better control over stamina. Next comes Broly's legendary Super Saiyan form. I know that fans want to give this a ridiculous high multiplier, seeing how much stronger he was than everyone else. The problem with that is that then his base form would be much lower than it should. I think that a 2 times Super Saiyan 2, or 200 times base form is a good compromise between the two. Next is another Broly exclusive transformation, the Super Saiyan Full Power. This form gives Broly a 10 times boost over the regular Super Saiyan form, which means that it has a 500 times base form power multiplier. Like I mentioned in the intro, the power multipliers for the transformations aren't everything, but rather the base power level that a fighter starts with. Next is the second Monkey transformation, which is seen in Dragon Ball GT, and which is the Golden Grade 8 form. This transformation is basically just a Grade 8 that turns Super Saiyan, and thus the multiplier is 10 times 50, which is 500 times base form. Next up, we have Gohan's Mystic or Ultimate form. After having his potential unlocked by the Elder Kai, Gohan far surpassed Super Saiyan 3 Goku in power, so it's fair to assume that this transformation has at least a 800 times base form power boost. Next we have the Super Saiyan Rage and Super Saiyan Berserker forms. These two transformations are pretty similar, and using them, both future Trunks and Kale were around Super Saiyan 3 level. Given the fact that their base power level is much lower than Goku's, that means the multiplier for these forms needs to be much higher, so I placed them at around 1200 times base form, in order to reach the same level of power as Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Next is the Super Saiyan 4 transformation from Dragon Ball GT. When Kid Goku first achieved this form, it gave him a 4000 times base form power boost. However, later on when he harnessed the full power of the Super Saiyan form, which gave him an additional 10 times boost, making the multiplier jump all the way up to 40,000 times base form. And don't worry all of you Dragon Ball Super fanboys, this doesn't mean that Super Saiyan 4 Goku is stronger than Super Saiyan God Goku, since GT Goku has arguably a lower base power level to start off with, so you can relax and breathe. Next is the Super Saiyan God transformation, which we know that it increases Goku's power tremendously, and it's even leagues above Super Saiyan 3. Knowing that, I would give this form a 50 times multiplier, compared to Super Saiyan 3, or 20,000 times base form power boost. Next is where the tricky part begins. For Super Saiyan Blue, we know via statements to be a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan transformation, which would mean a 50 times increase over the regular Super Saiyan God, and thus making it 1 million times base form. I have to totally disagree with that multiplier, seeing how there is no actual proof that Super Saiyan Blue is that much stronger than Super Saiyan God. To this day there are people that still think that Super Saiyan God is more powerful than Super Saiyan Blue, or that it's faster at least, since there is no visible feat difference between the two. I would give this form a 5 times power increase from Super Saiyan God, making it 100,000 times base form, which I think is reasonable enough given the feats shown between the two forms. Next is another tricky transformation, since the manga and the anime use different multipliers for this, and which is Super Saiyan Rosa. in the manga is more straightforward, as Goku Black turns Super Saiyan and then Super Saiyan Rosa to match Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, and thus the multiplier being exactly the same as for the said transformations. In the anime however, Goku Black never turns Super Saiyan, he goes straight to Super Saiyan Rosa, which is his personalized form of the Super Saiyan, since he had never seen Super Saiyan Blue by that point. This means that anime Super Saiyan Rosa is a 50 times base form multiplier. Next is Vegeta's exclusive Super Saiyan Blue evolution transformation. We know that in this form he was even with Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Goku, which would place it at 20 million times base form, and which I think it's uncalled for. I think that based on the feats shown, and given the really high base power level that Vegeta has by now, this would be a 10 times Super Saiyan God power up, and thus making it 200,000 times base form. The last two forms, techniques, or whatever you want to call them, that I am going to cover in this video are Ultra Instinct and Complete Ultra Instinct. Even though Ultra Instinct mainly gives the user the ability to dodge any attack autonomously, it also gives a strength boost. Seeing how the difference between this form and the previous ones is pretty huge, I place it at a 100 times Super Saiyan God form, or 2 million times base form via feats. For the multiplier via statements, you do the math since the number you get is too large for me to write here. As for Complete Ultra Instinct, it seems to be something different than just a mastered form, like with Mastered Super Saiyan, where it simply has better stamina control, as it increased the power too. This increase in power, however, is not that drastic, so a 2 times regular Ultra Instinct would be suffice, and thus making it a 4 million times base form. If these numbers seem too small for your liking, just remember that Goku's base power level by now is huge. Anyway, this is the end of the video, congratulations for making it this far. Do you agree with my multipliers? Are there other forms that I missed? If the answers are yes, then feel free to politely comment below. Till next time, peace out.